I now call to order the December 16, 2019 meeting of the New Caney Independent School District Board of Trustees at 6:31. Let the minutes show that a quorum is present with all members in attendance. Please rise for invocation to be given by Ms. Harrell and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and honor the Texas flag to be led by Mr. Nixon.
Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight with grateful hearts. We're grateful for our district, the employees that make it so great, and the students and their families. We ask a special blessing on our first responders and our soldiers who are away from home and fighting abroad to keep us safe. During this holiday season, may we always remember that Jesus is the reason. Forgive us of our sins and guide us in all we do. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Item 2 on the agenda is recognitions. We're going to start up with Mr. Frank Shooter. Come on up. This is my favorite thing of the year. We're talking Christmas cards.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for providing me the opportunity to highlight a few of our extraordinarily talented young artists. Tonight, we had 132 contestants enter the contest, and so we have 4 of our winners here tonight. And we're going to start off with our elementary school original art winner. So if you can join me. So our original art winner from elementary school is 3rd grader Jacqueline Camacho from New Caney Elementary. Jacqueline is accompanied by the family and her art teacher, Ms. Sally Ganane. Ms. Ganane shares that Jacqueline is a joyful student who loves learning and sharing ideas and creativity. In art class, you can often hear her encouraging her classmates to keep trying if they struggle and pointing out the things she loves in their artwork. She has a knack for the visual and musical arts, and as a matter of fact, just completed a performance at New Caney Elementary prior to coming here tonight. So congratulations, Jacqueline. Our next category is the middle school original art. So if we could have from White Oak Middle School, Cindy Figueroa. So Cindy is in the 8th grade and is joined by her family and her art teacher, Mr. David Roach. Mr. Roach describes Cindy as a respectful, hardworking young lady who is an absolute pleasure to be around, not to mention extremely talented. She is also loved by her friends. Congratulations, Cindy. And then next we have our high school original art category. And that goes to a 10th grader from Porter High School, Marta Benitez. So Marta is accompanied by her mother and her art teacher, Miss LaShawna Roden. Marta is a dedicated visual art student as well as a member of the Porter High School Orchestra where she plays the violin. She excels at color pencil and acrylic paint. She is well liked by her peers and always has a smile on her face. In her spare time, she enjoys spending time with friends, family, and animals. And we look forward to great things from Marta in the future. So congratulations. And our final category is the digital card design. And our digital card winner is a senior from Porter High School, Jalissa Gonzalez. Jalissa is joined by her family and her graphic design teacher, Ms. Nelda Taylor. When asked about her inspiration for her work, Jalissa shared that she wanted to create something not too flashy or too extra with crazy colors, but with just the right amount of holiday spirit in it. And she wanted to make sure that it had a calm and relaxing side to the holidays. So congratulations, Jalissa. Thank you guys very much.
Okay, up next, Mr. Hamilton. How are you, sir? He's coming up. He's going to be presenting for Dogwood Elementary.
So thank you all for this opportunity to recognize these great folks from Dogwood Elementary. I have a great staff there, and it's always an honor to be able to recognize them. Tonight, first we're going to recognize from Child Nutrition, Heidi Trinidad. Ms. Trinidad has been in Child Nutrition for 13 years. She joined the Dogwood Kitchen this August. She is always happy and ready to serve the students and assist others. She is responsible and hardworking, get along with all her team members with an affectionate and hardworking attitude. We're extremely happy to have her as a member of our Dogwood team. Next we have Mr. David Loncourt. He is our head custodian. Mr. David, as we call him, has been in the district for 24 years. He worked in Aiken and then Sorters Elementary and with Dogwood. He became head custodian at Sorters when Sorters opened, and then moved to Dogwood when we opened in 2017. He's loyal, dependable, and hardworking, who takes pride in his work and is willing to help teachers and staff at all times. This past summer, after completing work with one of the summer cleaning crews, he returned to Dogwood and probably had the cleaning crew on the campus custodians re-clean the hallways because he didn't like how it looked at the time. So it's our honor to recognize him this evening. Next we have Ms. Imelda Sanchez. She is our front office receptionist. She is a smiling face that all of our parents and students see when they first come in each and every day. She is willing to help anyone at any time, is extremely hardworking. She maintains a calm and peaceful demeanor in the reception area, even during the most stressful and chaotic of times. She simply knows every child and every parent that enters the building, even if it's the first time coming in. She's loved by all our staff members because of her kind and caring heart, and I'm happy to honor her for her hard work and dedication. And as you can see, she's ready to take a little bit of a lead here in a day or two. Next, we have our teacher honoree, Ms. Dory Holton. Ms. Holton is a special education lead teacher at Dogwood. She works tirelessly to serve not only those students, but all Dogwood students. She and her team maintain detailed documentation to keep us at the top of the list for serving our students. As a teacher leader, professional support staff seek out her input and recommendations for instructional and behavioral needs. As part of our environmental action team, she is involved in multiple campus events and activities. Her positive attitude and hard work help make Dogwood a great place to be. And finally, tonight we have our student honoree, Jocelyn Fuentes. Jocelyn was an outstanding student and leader at Dogwood. As a fifth grader, she demonstrates the qualities of a true leader. Kind and caring with her peers, she acts as a role model to other students. Jocelyn serves in many ways at capacities. She is a peer tutor in her classroom, a book buddy to lower grades, and is a dependable leader of the student-led announcement team. She always exhibits proactive decision-making and is a straight-A student. We're proud to honor Jocelyn as our outstanding student. I appreciate all you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Hamilton. Up next, we've got Miss Sherry Lowe with Tavola.
Thank you. Like Mr. Hamilton said, it's always nice to be able to get up and recognize some of our people from our school. So I'm going to start with cafeteria worker, Miss Janet Burton. I feel like she's been there since we opened. I know it wasn't quite when we opened the doors, but she is just bubbly, cheerful. She knows all of the kids. Literally, the cheer she brings comes outside the cafeteria. She's in the front office. All of our staff members know her, our kids know her, and she really does transform our cafeteria into more than just breakfast and lunchroom. It feels like family when you go in, and she's a huge part of that. So thank you, Jean. All right, for our custodian, Miss Maria Martinez Lara. She did not want to come tonight, and I would use humble as one of the first words to describe her. She's like, I'm not coming, I can't. And I said, you have to. And as I'm doing this, 4 kids are attacking her with hugs, and she is just such a special part of our school and our family. Literally, the teachers enjoy her presence, her company. They enjoy her work as well. She is hardworking, she's reliable, and she really, truly knows our school and our students, and we thank you for all of your hard work, Maria. That's it. That's important. All right, so we have been a growing campus for the past few years, and because of that, we take on staff members from other campuses. The next 2 people that I'm recognizing are 2 that we inherited. So first, I have to say thank you to the other principals for hiring well, and then thank you that they're now part of the Tavola family, and they truly are a part of our family. So for our paraprofessional, Miss Stormy Spencer, she came to us from Dogwood, but she has fit right in. She is a special education paraprofessional and works with some of our highest needs students. Smiling, hugging. I'm pretty sure you almost know as many of the students' names that I know now. Very good job. The teachers appreciate your hard work. I hear all the time, like, I need Stormy back, I need Stormy back. She knows what to do with the students and how to really help them. And she is getting her degree to become a teacher, and she's also a youth minister. So, thank you, Stormy. All right, our teacher, Miss Vera Jax. We inherited her from Crippen Elementary, and I can't say enough about her. She's a kindergarten teacher, and she's a learner. She truly has the spirit of who I want to be when I grow up. I want to go back to the classroom when I retire, and I want to do exactly what she's doing, and I want to be a kindergarten student in your room. The parents love her, the students love her, everything is hands-on. And the biggest thing that I can say is that she is a mentor, a leader, a hugger, and truly everyone that comes in her presence is blessed by not just her teaching, but really by her spirit. Thank you, Jack, for your hard work. All right, last but not least, while we're here, our student, Miss Jimena Valdez. She is a 5th grade student at Tavola, and she is one of our most involved students. She is a member, I write it all down so I didn't forget anything. In school, she's a member of our safety patrol, our robotics club, our yearbook club, our GT STEAM Academy. She competed with spelling for UIL. Her favorite subject is science, and she is a hard worker. She strives to make all A's. She also helps in her classroom with other students. She's very involved outside of school as well. She's in dance, jazz, church. We were just going through everything. It's been a pleasure to see her grow up, and I'm excited to pass her along to those schools, and I can't wait to see what she does when she grows up. Thank you, Jimena.
Wonderful job, Ms. Lowe. Up next, we have Ms. Nicole Land. She is with Valley Ranch Elementary.
Thank you, School Board and Mr. Franklin, for this opportunity to just recognize a portion of the great people that we have at Valley Ranch Elementary. So let's go ahead and get started with our custodian that I'd like to recognize, Ms. Teresa Ramey. She joined us last school year, mid-year, and she is our head custodian. and it feels like she's been here a lifetime. Teresa always has a positive attitude and is always willing to lend a helping hand. I appreciate her hard work every day, making sure that our campus facilities are clean and inviting, creating an optimal learning environment for all of our students. Thank you. Ms. Teresa Ramey. Up next, we have Ms. Jonalyn Mullins, who is our child nutrition employee that I would like to recognize tonight. She is exceptionally vital to the child nutrition staff at Valley Ranch Elementary. She takes pride in the meals that she prepares each day, and with her personality, she brings laughter and joy to our students. She is a hard-working staff member that is greatly appreciated by her peers and our students. Thank you, Ms. Mullins. Okay. Next, we have Ms. Radike. Ms. Radike helps our students that need specialized instruction, including language supports. I admire her for working hard to complete her bachelor's degree and currently working on her teacher certification while being a mom, a wife, and a paraprofessional at our school. Anytime I pop in a classroom, you are always working directly with students, and I appreciate that. You always give me constructive feedback on ways that we can make things better on campus for our students and staff. Thank you for servicing our students, and I look forward to you teaching on our campus as a teacher in the future. Ms. Radike. Okay, we have Ms. Lamontes. At Caney ISD, we all know that we recruit some of the best educators, not only in the state of Texas, but in the United States. She joins us from out of state this school year, and I am so proud to recognize this applied skills classroom teacher. Her level of intensity in her classroom is amazing, and the teammates that she has as well, it's mind-blowing. She is always working directly with students, from helping them turn each page of a book with hand-over-hand assistance and helping students learn how to spell their names by walking them to their next activity. The teacher is a rock star, and I can't thank you enough on behalf of our students for the amazing work that you do each day in our classroom. Thank you, Ms. Lamontes. Okay, Ms. Callie Simpson. She is kind, sweet, respectful, and an intelligent young lady. She's eager to learn and works hard on a daily basis. Callie is a pleasure to have in the classroom and is one of those students that embodies the Wrangler way. Callie is an A honor roll student, a wonderful softball player, and I can only imagine how successful her future will be. Thank you to her parents for raising such an amazing young lady and sharing her with us each day at school. Callie Simpson.
Item 3 on the agenda is open forum. We have nobody signed up for that, so we move on to item 4. On the agenda is closed meeting. The board will now meet in closed meeting under authority of the Texas Government Code 551.074 for the purpose of personnel matters, Government Code 551.071 for attorney consultation, and Government Code 551.072 for deliberation regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. Any action as a result of closed session discussion will take place after the board reconvenes in open meeting. Current time is 6:50. The board in its closed meeting at 8:51. We will now reconvene in open session. Item 5 on the agenda is reports and proposals from board members. Mr. Trout will be giving us an update from the recent construction committee meeting.
Topics we discussed, the bond projects, update from Mr. Gates, All projects are very close to completion. Projects will remain, funds are being prioritized. Bond 2018, keep crossing coast school replacement, working on the county to work to be done on Gene Campbell. Site work is continuing with the pads being ready within the next couple of weeks. Woodridge Forest Middle School addition project is on schedule and will be ready for staff and students to start August 2020. Comprehensive High School number 3, design work continues with the architect in preparation for going out to bid in February. The scope of work is also being designed for road work to be completed on Sorters and a potential extension for Kingwood Place Drive. The rezoning scenarios and timelines with Ms. Murray, Ms. Marable, Mr. Calvert, and Mr. Powers. Scenario and process for rezoning Woodridge Forest Middle School will be presented later tonight. Next meeting, March 2020. We also had the first meeting of the district school safety meeting, which was held immediately after the construction meeting. This meeting is a requirement of Senate Bill 11. At the meeting, the following topics were discussed: the emergency operations plan structure and progress on the safe and secure schools audit, and its consultation with law enforcement, and updates from this committee will be provided through the Caney ISD Communications Department.
Can I ask who serves on that? Can I ask who serves on the safety?
Me, Chad, Dean Murray, who else was there?
He's asking about the safety
The safety
committee, not
is,
the construction committee.
It was me and Chad,
Ken and Matt,
Mr. Powell.
Troy, and we have the Porter's Fire Department chief is on it, his
Carter.
lieutenant. Carter's on it, Carter Johnson's on it, his lieutenant's on it. And then we have a lady from the county that
Miranda Haas, she's the emergency operations.
Department.
Homeland Security.
Department, there you go. That's what I look for. Thank you. Paul Baxter. And Paul. And Paul's from it. Paul's from it. We can get a list if you'd like to see that. I just, wanted to understand. Thank you. Are there any other reports or proposals? Item 6 on the agenda is superintendent's report. Mr. Calvert will present our rezoning update.
All right, thank y'all. Got my helpers in the third row back there, Ms. Marable and Ms. Murray. So tonight we're going to talk about the process for rezoning Woodridge Forest Middle School and be effective for next school year, 2021. So just a little background on rezoning. The district divided into planning units, basically looks like big puzzle pieces. Sometimes they're based on geographic boundaries, sometimes they're based on streets, all that kind of stuff, but they vary in size. We have some that are single apartment complex, and then we have some larger ones. So student count's the number one factor that we use in considering how the zones will change. And always we try to impact the fewest number of kids possible when we rezone. We don't want to move around a lot of kids if we don't have to. And the other goal in this process is we want to optimize the capacity of our new and existing buildings when we're putting students in them. We don't want our campus to get too big where instruction is impacted, but we also don't want to underutilize them to make them too small, obviously. Some things specific to secondary. We're under the philosophy that we don't split middle school zones to high schools. If I'm a kid at White Oak, I don't have the potential to go to New Caney or Porter. I'm in a straight feeder pattern to a high school. And that's important because we all know middle schools at time you get those teams established, extracurricular stuff established. A lot of those lifelong potential relationships are established in those grade levels. So I'm going to put it in a nutshell and I'll go into some more details. Our recommendation tonight, the zoning change is going to be to move all of Oakhurst and Auburn Trails to shift them from White Oak Middle School to Woodridge Forest Middle School beginning next year. And Dr. Powers is going to jump in here in a little bit with the communication plan, and part of that plan he'll show you the maps of what that looks like. But just our timeline, as Ty said back on December 10th, we went over these scenarios in construction committee. Deanie and Michelle were there going over the numbers, capacity-wise, how things looked. That next day, we met with Mr. Simons and Ms. Heine and Ms. Delano to just review the scenarios, timelines, because they're the campuses that are going to be impacted. So we were all on the same page, and obviously we're here tonight presenting you. Currently, what our recommendation would be is just not a vote tonight. That'll be next month. December 17th, tomorrow, We are going to have posters out at the campuses at Woodridge, not at Woodridge, at White Oak and at Vince Branch. So people that may not have access to the internet, so they drop their kids off, they can walk into the foyer, look and see if they're impacted in this. Again, Dr. Myers is going to go into more detail on the rezoning plan communications-wise, all the detail he's going to have. January 14th, we're going to have a parent meeting for some very specific students, 6th grade students at White Oak Middle School, current 6th graders. I'm going to go into a little more detail of what that is in just a second. And then if all works out well, we will be bringing y'all a formal recommendation at your January 23rd meeting. So that way we can officially rezone, start staffing scenarios, and get ready for budget and all that kind of stuff in the spring. So I mentioned that parent meeting. It's going to be held at Woodridge Forest for current White Oak Middle School 6th graders. And right now, there's currently 57 kids in that group. And here's what we're going to do with those kids. We're going to give them a choice. And here's their options. You know, you can stay at White Oak Middle School and go to Porter High School. You know, those groups are formed. White Oak Middle School, for the foreseeable future, will continue to feed Porter High School. So you'll be working with band, extracurricular, all that kind of stuff. So you'll be in that track. However, the zone will be officially changed. So if you choose to do that, you'll have to provide your own transportation. Your other option will be to go to Woodridge Forest Middle School, and you will be in the new high school feeder pattern at that point. So some things we'll present to them to consider. As you know, it'll take a while for varsity level competition to evolve at that new campus, things of that nature. But we just wanted to have that face-to-face meeting with them at the campus they could potentially be at and answer any questions that may come across. That's a big decision for a family, not to move a child or to move a child, and just wanted just to make ourselves accessible if they had additional questions that they can think of that didn't come up in what Dr. Powers is going to be presenting to you. We're going to take siblings and any other grandfathering type issues on a case-by-case basis. We try to come up with a lot of these scenarios of, you know, just guidelines for this, but it is so few kids that are impacted, and it's such a concentrated group that we just felt it would be best if we handle those on a case-by-case basis, because it's really hard to just do a broad stroke in a scenario like this to just, you know, one way or another, kind of play in the gray area and use some common sense and try to help people out as much as possible when we can. So that's the outline of it. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Powers. He's going to go over what the website's going to look like, and then he's got the maps as well.
So there's really 4 parts to this communications piece. The first part is an online presence. So we built a website. Can you go to that real quick, Grant? We'll post this at both campuses and on the district site, and it presents the scenario that Mr. Calvert laid out tonight very specifically. The second part is a feedback form. So we built a form. We've done this before with rezoning. It'll give parents an opportunity to give us open feedback. They can tell us whatever they want to say. The third part is we'll use the notification system. So we know who the families are in the impacted areas, so we will send them a call, and we will also send them an email if we have that. So they'll get this information direct to their email if we have it, but they'll also get a call that directs them to the website where they can get this information and give us some feedback. They'll also be able to see on the website the current zones and then 3 versions of the proposed zones, including that bottom right one, which if you click on that bottom right one, Grant, that will take, and you can zoom in on that. It's a high-res map. They can go in and see at the street level whether they're included in that area, bounded by the blue marker. We'll also post the street list online as well, so they can go just take a look there. And then the last part, of course, is what Mr. Cowley referred to, which is the January 4th parent meeting at Woodridge Forest. Any questions on that?
How many kids did you say were directly identified already in the 6th grade?
There's approximately 57. It's current 6th graders at White Oak that would be impacted by this.
Thank you, Mr. Powers.
Thank you.
All right, item 7 on the agenda is consideration consent calendar, considering minutes, financial reports, and personnel reports. Are there any other questions or further discussion?
I just want to say thank you to the anonymous donor who contributed the $2,000 towards unpaid student lunch debt. That warmed my heart when I saw that in the book.
That's great.
Is there a motion to approve the items on the consent calendar?
We did that.
Motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed is no. The motion is approved. Item 8 on the agenda is consideration of the 2020-2021 academic calendar presented. Ms. Shaw.
Now it's my turn.
We're excited to see you.
I'm excited to be here. Okay, we have a recommendation for our academic calendar for 2020-2021. We had a survey. We surveyed all of our instructional staff. The survey closed on Friday, and I think the option that was preferred was shared with all of you. The numbers on that are 93.6% of our instructional staff preferred option 1, and so that's the calendar that we're recommending for next year. We also shared with DLAC last Thursday. We shared, there are representatives from every campus, parent, community representatives on DLAC. And we shared the calendar with them on Thursday for their feedback and so that they could take information back to the campuses too.
Any questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the 2020 and 2021 academic calendar? Second. Motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye. Aye. The opposed is no. The motion is approved. Thank you. You're up next.
I'm up next, yes.
Item 9 on the agenda is consideration of 2020 and 2021 academic calendar for Infinity Early College High School, presented by Ms. Schaffner.
Okay, we also have a recommendation for the 2020-2021 calendar for Infinity Early College High School. That was developed with Miss Bill because their school runs a little bit differently, and so we used a lot of her input to develop that calendar. She also shared the calendar with her leadership team, and it was shared with DLAC Thursday for feedback from them. So, any questions about that?
Is there any question or further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the 2020 and 2021 academic calendar for Infinity Early College High School? Motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye. The opposed is no. The motion is approved. Item 10 on the agenda is the consideration of approval of application for low attendance waiver on September 18, 2019 at Caney High School and Kiefer Crossing Middle School. Provided by Mr. Steele.
We're seeking approval to apply for a low attendance waiver for the Caney High School and Crippen Crossing Middle School for September 18th. That's the day before we flooded. A lot of parents kept their kids home that day.
It's just for those two campuses?
There's only two that qualify. We have to be 10% below last year's attendance. And a lot of them will close because we only two that qualify.
Is there any other questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the application for low attendance waiver on September 18, 2019 for New Caney High School and Kiefer Crossing Middle School? Motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed is no. The motion is approved. Item 11 on the agenda is consideration of approval of application for the school closure waiver for September 23rd, 2019 and September 24th, 2019. Mr. Danza.
Again, we're seeking approval to apply for a waiver to waive those 2 days in minutes from the 23rd and 24th where they're closed. Additional days for the flood from Tropical Storm Camilla.
Any other questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the application for the school closure waiver for September 23rd, 2019 and September 24th, 2019? Motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye. Opposed is no. The motion is approved. There being no further business, the meeting is adjourned at 9:06. Happy holidays, everyone. Please be careful. We need you back.